like a short shelf life, or
Oh, no.
shelf life. Fucking like. Are you mirroring audio with OBS? Is that what that was? Yeah, that's what it is.
What does that mean? Can you hear
I
yourself
hear both of
twice?
us double.
Oh, no.
I hear you double. I hear myself. I don't like hearing myself.
Oh, no. How did that happen? Has that happened before? I don't think I've changed any...
Oh no, it's not fucking. It's never mind. Never mind. It's not the setting.
Okay.
That was me. It was.
Okay, I was like,
I had Twitch open to open back when I was playing on streaming just normal setup at the desk. So I remembered to open Twitch today.
Gotcha.
To look at chat, and I didn't close it when I went to go lay down.
That's fair.
All right. Now, give me just a second while I...
Yep, no worries.
That's not good.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, it's nothing wrong with me.
Okay.
Something's got to give. No. You watch Doctor Who by any chance?
Like
Or is that one that you miss?
like currently? Like I don't watch it. Like I'm not.
2005.
I saw like all.
You're not up to date, but you've seen.
Yeah, I've seen some. I've seen a decent amount of classic because my fiance really likes the classic stuff, and I've seen like all of 9, and I've seen like I think like half of a season of 10, and then like a smattering of 11.
Hey, PS5, the fuck are you doing right now? Stop it. That must be very confusing to you, since you're looking at the PS5 doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just frozen for me.
No, it's not frozen. It's just in a pause menu.
Oh, okay.
Is it the box? Because I know it's not the wire. It worked upstairs, didn't it? Did it? Maybe it didn't work upstairs. If you notice, on the bottom left, my controller is somehow fucking dying. The reason for this is apparently because my PS controller refuses to charge using an outlet. And that is very naughty of you, PS5 controller. I really need you to work and charge properly.
Yeah, that's kind of a good sign.
One last try. Fun. And now we try the obvious solution. Oh wait, you weren't even talking about that one. Hold on. Maybe we're not screwed yet. Hold on. Test. Final. There we go! Fuck yeah. Alright. It was the box. For some reason, the iOS, iPhone charge box is incompatible.
Interesting.
Weird is what it is.
Yeah, that is strange.
Cool. Okay. New and unique to this game only. we have technology to assist us with the recap.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could remember exactly what it is we did last time. How
All
do I
we
get
did was
down
get through the
there?
prologue, so.
Okay, so what were the last two prologue
Oh
items?
gosh. I think it was
It was
those
A
two.
Sekigahara and Shu Amiguchi.
I
A
think
Sekigahara
so.
and Shu Amiguchi. So let's go over here to the
It was two
files to
boys for sure.
analysis
The TV
and go
one.
to A Sekigahara. A Sekigahara appeared in Hijiyama's
Oh yeah, like
protagonist
super
story
briefly.
and appeared with. It's weird how these two are so far up, and then this is him. This is his story.
Yeah.
That is quite some distance.
Yeah, it seems like there's gonna be a lot more taking place in the backside than this game might lead us to believe.
So anyway, last time we went through A Sekigahara's story, which is an espionage flick
Yeah.
with time travel or world hopping. Or after evading the black suits, A Sekigahara meets a mysterious girl. He examines the package she left for him, which activates and projects a log from a version of himself from before he lost his memories. Would you like to stop that? Oh, no, we don't want to go through that entire scene again. We also looked at Shu Amiguchi. Protagonist series. There we go.
Yeah, he flirted
during
with the girl and then rescued her from another guy.
he flirted with Bisexual, apparently, possibly.
Maybe.
I actually don't know. I have no idea how she feels about Shu. I just know that she's at least friendly with Shu by the end of the story.
Fair, fair.
Spoilers for. She doesn't.
She
None of
doesn't
the
hate his
protagonists.
guts.
She doesn't hate his guts. And they hung out. Chihiro Morimura, and there was a dream.
Mm-hmm. And then
And it
everything
won't
else
let
was
me
over.
see the dream. But at the end of the dream, after the dream, which involved Allegra Clark in anime form,
Yeah.
Allegra Clark's typecast. Allegra
Yeah.
Clark's typecast in anime form. After that, the TV was haunted.
Yes, I remember that. That was interesting.
And
And it makes me sad because
And
that's
now-
one of the ones I'm more interested in, and his story is like clearly like no. She's delinquent bros with Shu. I mean, yes. Also, hello, Elise.
the delinquent bros. Hello, hello. I have the chat open to my left, but it is not directly in front of me, which means I will not remember it exists.
That's okay.
I have no sense of object permanence. I'm not saying this as a joke. I think my brain has something. One of my wires is like frayed, like my headphones, and I have no true sense of object permanence.
That is very relatable.
Anywho, last week we decided that we were going to take a look at Megumi Kushiji and Natsuno Minami.
Yep.
And I don't quite remember if it's better to go through a single protagonist all at once or to hop between the two of them to loosen. Words are hard to come by today. Megumi Kushiji. Did you print out your...
I have not made it
Thingies?
yet, no, so I have not printed it out. I have not had time, but hopefully sometime this week before we play it next. And Fantasia? Oh, that's the name for, like, lack of object permanence? That's very interesting, Elise.
Aphantasia is the inability to see objects in your mind.
Oh,
Like,
so I guess that...
the inability to visualize.
So I guess that kind of counts
I
as...
have very good visualization skills. Like,
Thank you, baby.
I don't mean this as a flex. I kind of mean it like a flex. My audio visualization skills are good enough to recall a voice, say Alice from Virtue's Last Reward, and then while I'm reading something, say a fan fiction of Virtue's Last Reward written by Chasinator, see a character, that character aged up 60 years, say Alice from Virtue's Last Reward if she wasn't frozen in time for 45 years, and then adjust that voice to like make it old and gravelly. Also, I can very clearly, like, one of my issues is that I get trapped in my mind with daydreams, very vivid daydreams. Here's the flowchart.
So this is immediately after... Is this a flowchart in terms of, like, chronological order, or is this a flowchart in terms of, like, the order of the story?
Item order. Story order, I think.
Okay, good to know. You didn't wait very long.
Ignoring me, huh? You must think you're so cool. People notice you're always alone, you know. Come on, you're always so sensitive. A real high-maintenance girl, aren't you? I was trying to say that you're smart. Friends are pointless. They'll all be toast once the end comes.
Well, dang.
Being alone is the most logical solution.
Oh, cute little apron.
What should I make for dinner?
Is this what Mark said he was going to judge me on?
No.
Okay.
Similar, but no.
Well, I don't know enough about her, so I'm going to say Hamburg steak.
I think we have some ground beef. I'll make Jiro's favorite meal. Time to cook some Hamburg steak.
VFX. The flames in the background are mwah.
You really are an unpleasant cat.
Be honest. You know you like me.
Ooh, why'd you have to say it like that?
You were all fluffy, fluffy. Chasing me around with that.
Okay,
dumb
well,
look on your
she probably
face.
thought you were a normal cat.
That's not true.
Was that a blush?
Yeah, I think so.
I am far away from my screen, so I can't, like,
Oh,
see all the details like I normally could.
fair. I think she did blush, though.
What did you think about your first time? Did you already forget? You know, with the gun. And you shooting Renya Goto?
Don't say it like that.
Don't go all gooey on the inside now. Come on, you can tell me. How was it like? Shooting that pale, arrogant prick. It felt great, didn't it?
Consider Renya Goto.
My first task after agreeing to the contract. The first witch I sealed. I wonder what happens to them.
Maybe I should have talked to Fluffy a bit more.
That's okay.
All right, whenever you're ready. If you're ready, that is.
His voice actor is really talented, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but they're
Easy
very,
for
very
you to
good.
say, but actually pointing a gun at someone is just...
It's not just a gun, it's a magical gun. Or would
Ooh,
you
makes it
rather
better.
be a magical kitchen knife?
I don't want that.
For plot... When did you fall? For plot reasons, I can't actually tell you who the voice actor is.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
You extinguish the evil in the person you shoot. Or if they could, they'd thank you for saving them.
Still,
Ready or not, here he comes.
Pale ignorant prick is right.
Yeah.
Yakushiji. It was quite unexpected of you to ask for me. What do you need?
well... I just wanted to see how things were going.
You didn't need to call me out here to do that. Why didn't you just come to the hangar?
I, don't really like looking at that robot too much.
I see.
There's a hangar? Either at or close enough to the school to go there.
Right.
Anyway, we need a password to remove the infection, but it is yet to be found. If you got in the Sentinel right now, you'd likely end up in the same state as Juro.
Uh-oh.
You don't say.
Okay, so what the fuck did he just say? We need a password to get rid of the virus
Yeah.
that infects people.
And presumably, since Juro forgot his memories, I'm assuming that's what he means by that. Maybe not. That's just an assumption, but...
This is insane. I can't just shoot someone.
Anyway, we need a password to remove the infection, but it is yet to be found. If you got in the Sentinel right now, you'd likely end up in the same...
You don't say.
I should be going. Should I be going? I don't remember what to do here.
Uh-oh.
Dumbass, don't just shoot him, or idiot.
Ringo, so I would like to shoot you.
This is insane. I can't just...
Don't worry.
And if you don't...
Oh shit.
Then we fight with the Sentinels, don't worry. We'll find the answer before they arrive.
And if you don't...
And we fight with the Sentinels as they are.
We couldn't possibly win like that.
Maybe so, but we cannot do nothing. At least Juro has not lost his ability to fight.
Yandere powers, go!
I won't let him hurt Juro again.
I was gonna say he's gonna say the magic
I
words.
have a better idea. Oh no! What have I done?
You shot him in the arm. That'll do.
Are you sure he's not hurt?
Yeah, he'll just be a little loopy.
How am I supposed to face him after this?
It's called a magical gun for a reason, numbnuts. His memories of before and after being shot will be all fuzzy. He won't even remember coming to meet you. Well, we should probably make ourselves scarce now.
Wait! I only did what you asked me to do.
What I asked you to do. You shot him in the arm from point-blank range. I didn't ask you to pull off a stunt like that.
But as long as it was on some part of his body, it shouldn't matter where I hit him, right?
Maybe I chose the wrong person. This one's got no sense of ownership. Your future's looking pretty bleak, kid.
Dang.
Listen, this isn't some idiot child's errand. We have a contract. Do I need to say it slowly for you? I'll grant your wish, and in exchange, you shoot the witches I tell you to. That was the deal. All you gotta do is shoot them, I don't care where. But if you fail, our contract is broken. Shouldn't you have already made up your mind about this?
Yes, I have.
He said, not my problem, it's nap time.
Oh, that reminds me. Make sure the gun is loaded before you use it again. It's still in your bag, right? Well, go on then. Let's see the magical gun.
This gun, is it really magical?
Any sufficiently advanced science, etc., etc.
I was gonna say, I have a feeling it's just science, and he's just, like, telling her that because she's,
You
like,
do see how tall
more
I am,
likely
right?
to
Put it on the floor.
understand, quote-unquote, magical guns over, like, a magical girl scenario over whatever the science is.
Still has enough magical bullets. Good, good. You never know when you might need to use this. So always make sure it's loaded.
You keep calling this thing magical, so why does it have to be a gun?
What does it matter? You'd rather it be a sparkly magical wand? What? You want to put on a frilly pink skirt? And wave around your magic stick like some idiot?
All right, you made your point.
It's for you to shoot witches. That's why it's a gun. Oh, hell. He's coming.
Uh-oh.
Well, time's up. We'll discuss the next witch tomorrow. Meet me at school.
I thought I smelled something good.
Have you had dinner? I just made some. Would you like to join me?
No, I won't fall for that again. You can
What?
only stay here the rest of this month.
Yes, of course. But I did already make this, so it would be a shame to waste it.
Well, I wouldn't want all this to be thrown away. Fine, I'll eat.
Thank you.
So she is, for some reason, living with him and trying to play house. Is what it seems like.
What do you mean for some reason?
Well, like, I'm not sure why she's living with him. Like,
I thought we agreed not to be seen together. That's why we've been leaving at different times.
like,
Meeting like this defeats the purpose.
Should we start going together then?
You're missing the point. Oh,
like, were they living together before Jiro lost his memories, and so they just kept up the thing, and then he, well, no, yeah, and then he got freaked out and was threatening to kick her out, and so she's trying to convince him to let her stay, or, like, did somebody assign them together? Did she make up a plea now that his memories are gone, that she was like, oh, I don't have parents? Like, I'm not sure why they're living together. Obviously, I know why she wanted to play house.
Right, right.
Oh,
seemed
right.
doable.
Someone might overhear.
I was wondering, can I come over today?
Sure, why not?
Great.
She's trying to escape.
Alright. Gonna swing by the vending machines before class starts.
Okay, I'll see you after school.
carry this stuff. From the old building, you know? That place is freaking scary at night. It's all dark and totally deserted. I heard some shady people hang out there now.
Oh, Juro. Do you have a minute?
Is this when she explains to him about the dreams, maybe?
Kurabe-kun, over here.
Yeah, I think so.
And now she's gonna be jealous.
You just mentioned it.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you were into action movies.
Oh, yeah.
It's a masterpiece. Pretty awesome.
Lucky you.
That series is really cool. It featured all kinds of different kaiju. If you love movies that much, you should check out this drama series.
What's it about?
You've never seen it before? You're so interesting, Fuyusaka-san.
Oh. She's so angry.
I hope she turns out to be a witch.
Oh, Yakushiji.
So, looks like you two are...
What are you talking about? More importantly, why are you talking to me? We'd
Jesus.
get expelled if they knew we were living together. That's why we decided not to talk to each other at school.
Because that's the conclusion that people would draw from seeing you talk together.
Oh man, I can't believe Kurabe is living with Fuyusaka, you know?
Yeah, for real.
I'm back. Oh,
Where'd my other headphone go? Where'd my other earbud go?
So you're back.
Did you drop it?
Put it to the side, because I overstimulated.
Oh, fair.
Food noises and whatnot. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, it's right there. Hello. No, I don't think we're gonna mess with the TV much this playthrough. We get a bit of dialogue. If we do.
Interesting. It seems like it's always on the news. I can't imagine Fluffy is that interested in it.
Not tonight, at least. Seems. No. Need to do that.
Oh, fine. Just walk right on by like you can't see me. If only a cat could count on a person to wait for them. And, oh, I don't know, actually tell them what their plans are. I'm going to be staking out the witch tomorrow. So when school is over, hurry your dumb human legs and get to the passageway outside the old building. Now repeat it to me.
when school is over, hurry to the old building passageway.
Oh yeah, and how about next time you address me? Show a little respect and use sir.
Go fuck yourself.
So haughty.
What should I make? I think we have some fish. I think Juro would like some fish. I'll grill some mackerel. Oh, and simmer some taco.
I don't know if I love the phrase kitchen knife has been added to the thought cloud.
Like nothing happened. It's like almost half the
Yeah.
PM.
Looks like you're more cut than I am.
And done.
Oh hell.
She makes so many elaborate dinners.
I'll be waiting for you after school. You better
Yeah,
not forget.
she's a housewife wannabe. She is.
Very clearly.
I thought I smelled something good.
Have you had dinner?
Why does he keep coming home so late that she can, like... She whips up these dishes
Rest of this month.
and then gets mad when she's done it. And then, like, isn't here early enough to stop it.
Well,
And also, are we in a time loop?
fine.
This is the exact same dialogue.
Thank you.
I'll tell you the same thing I told Floor. We're not in a time loop. They're just high schoolers.
Oh, did Floor also start with Megumi, or did they encounter a different
No.
thing that... Okay. I haven't clicked on...
It's the thing where... Yeah, no, obviously. It's the thing where they were asking about the... We'll see it. We'll see it as we go forward, but you saw the dialogue tree. Sometimes it's not just a straight line. Sometimes it's like an actual flowchart. There are actual events, there are actual choices.
Oh, that's fair.
And Flora's question was, hey, the mechanics of this are weird, and I know there's like time travel. Are we in a time loop? And I had to explain that in terms of the actual mechanics of playing the video game and going through the visual novel portions, you're not in a time loop. It's just high school. How many days blend together when you're in high school?
No, that's
How many days
fair.
are repetitive? No?
I thought we agreed not to be seen together.
I was ahead of you. You should have kept walking.
Yeah, for real.
A meeting like this defeats the purpose.
You could have kept
Should we
walking.
start going together then?
You're missing the point. Oh.
Yep.
Good morning, Amiguchi-kun.
Morning.
What are you listening to?
Just brushing up on my English conversations.
Wow.
I have to go. Fluffy's waiting for me.
I think we just see Iori again
Fluffy.
with Shiro
That's fair.
if we stick around.
Nothing incredibly interesting.
There's nobody here. Why are you hiding? Here, kitty kitty.
The hell are you doing?
Huh? But you were just over there.
All right, crazy. Come on, it's time to work.
This is very funny to me.
The time to work thing, or the...
All right, crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Well, worry about it, obviously. Worry about everything. Let anxiety consume you. But
That's the
don't
name of
worry
this
about
game.
it.
The next witch is inside the old building. He's a boy with short hair. And is wearing a school uniform with no buttons.
So specific.
So I just shoot him and his powers will be sealed, right?
Uh-huh. Now, there could be one small hiccup. He's got a very not magical gun, and he might use it on you.
That seems like a pretty big hiccup to me.
Well, in case you've never been shot before, it hurts. So...
Now, who have we met who has a gun?
Oh, God, I don't remember the name, but I know who it is. And it was a big gun. Gonna get a face off. She's so stylish.
How badly would it hurt if I were to
She's fucking ready.
She's gonna clock your shit if you even so much as cross her.
Not here.
Secret agent girl, secret agent girl.
I wonder, if I were to die, would Juro even cry for me?
This is all the time with her, by the way. I hope you don't get easily annoyed by sappy, single-minded romance.
Nope.
He's not here.
Funny thing about that.
I was like, I don't think the cat would lie to you.
There's no one here. Maybe he made a mistake.
Oh no.
Stomping around with your gun out like that?
Where was he even hiding?
You're not sneaking up on anyone that way.
So you've been hiding.
You're from Sector 3.
You're from back then. So you're the one. You're one of Juro's friends.
What are you doing here?
It doesn't concern you.
I don't think this was your idea. Who are you being used by?
I'm fine with being used.
Damn.
If it's for Juro.
Oh my god.
Whenever I have to.
Wait!
She gives no fucks. Oh, 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 oh.
Juro, where are you? The last place the Sentinel was seen. It should be somewhere nearby. The Sentinel.
Girl, how'd you miss
Where's
that?
Juro? Juro, where are you? He couldn't possibly still be in there.
Uh-oh.
Juro!
Megumi.
I'm so glad you're still alive.
I'm sorry. I couldn't protect your city.
Shh. It doesn't matter. I was so worried about you. Right. I'll go find help. There doesn't seem to be anyone around, but they have to still be here somewhere. That's what you said. I just have to find them.
Wait.
Juro,
Wait. Please. Don't go.
but Juro, you're hurt. We need to get help.
I need you to stay. Please.
Oh no. Not being cradled in her arms as he dies.
I can't see your face.
Every single romance trope.
Why?
No,
Every single one.
For real, I could.
With
Oh
the-
my god.
You knew this is what would happen.
I wanted to protect what was
And yet somehow,
important to you.
she is not the romance genre. That's Iori.
Wanted to
That's baffling to me.
protect you.
She's the magical girl genre, I think.
Yeah, dang. She's multifaceted.
And like,
one Sentinel to do all this? Unbelievable.
Please, you have to help him.
The moment you enter the Sentinel, you inflict irreversible damage to your brain.
Oh god.
Your memory is destroyed. In worst case, you become a husk. Just being inside for a few minutes can be fatal. Izumi endured that pain. He fought in there for over 2 hours. He displayed incredible strength, but you understand, don't you? It's too late for him.
Okay, no. I figured it out. Ready for this?
Okay.
Iori is the schoolgirl romance genre. Megumi is the tragic romance genre.
Yeah,
There we
well,
go.
that would fit because
figured it out.
Elise just said she's the Magica, which, honestly, yeah, she's got big Magica Homura vibes, so tragic romance type stuff, it very much fits.
Are you from the future too?
There was a time I fought alongside him.
You didn't answer the question.
You're one of his comrades, and yet you won't even try. Please, there must be something you can do.
Izumi was a dependable and true ally. I will mourn this loss as well.
I know it's just because he sounds solemn. He sounds so empty right now.
Yeah, kind of. Just like, oh, this happened. Well, this is wild.
1,300. I wonder, is 1,300 a lot? I don't think it is. Hey!
And luck.
You know what's funny?
Hmm.
Oh no, we can't. We only have 2 mystery points. Never mind.
Oh,
That's
you're
not
about
funny
to.
at all.
Oh, you're gonna
we
say.
Can't do shit with her.
You were like, we could immediately go on luck, and then it was like, what?
I don't remember how quickly you get mystery points. You accrue them. How quickly do you accrue them?
Do you just accrue them
I'll
by
have to
like?
pay more attention.
Do you accrue them by like?
I
Going
don't know when
through-
you get them. I have no idea. This is fun. Anywho.
This is the part where I'm having to suppress stuff because in my brain I would be like, well, let me just Google it real quick, and then I'm like, oh no, I can't do that.
I love you, Megumi. Bye. Anywho, not to know.
Yep.
Aw, jeez. You really gotta stop doing this.
See?
Oh. So do these like have actual I don't know. I've said Magica Magica. Do you say Madoka, Elise? I don't know. I've heard it both ways.
It's Madoka.
Um
Or Madoka. Yeah, Madoka.
I've heard people say it both ways, so I don't know.
Who have you heard say Madoka?
Some friends of mine that don't exist in this Discord channel. I don't know how to explain it. My friend who introduced me to anime introduced me to the show, and she said Magica. And then some other people that I met in college that were like part of an anime club said Magica as well. So like I'm not gonna trust them necessarily because like they don't speak.
So how
Japanese.
did they say it in the show?
You know, it's been a while since I watched it. I know I just watched.
If I pulled up a YouTube clip right this second, which way do you think the coin will land?
I mean, if Elise is saying Madoka and you're saying Madoka, it's probably Madoka. Would be my guess. That's like a 2 versus 1 thing.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, leaving BJ around is like leaving your dog outside of his kennel.
Yeah. So, do those branches...
I've never had a dog.
Oh. Okay. Do those branches, are those like, oh, you can only have one, or can you go through all of them?
You have to go through all of them.
Okay.
Eventually.
Good to know. Good to know.
Secret agents and silencing those who witness UFOs. They call them Men in Black.
Men in Black who really know what happened in Area 51.
His name is BJ. He's an alien that came from a highly civilized.
I don't know how you manage to get alien out of this.
Earth from other evil aliens.
It's still the
You
biggest
must be
mystery
obsessed.
of her whole thing.
You must be some kind of special form of obsessed. Like, Jesus.
Sentinel number
It's bad.
17, created to fight against the tripods. It's also the robot that BJ used to pilot.
So we're gonna play Destruction at the end of this stream. I need you to do me a favor, Kike.
Okay.
Don't pay attention
To the destruction?
like the game and the dialogue bits are fine, but the opening like scene, or not scene, the opening menu, right? To when you open Destruction and you load up and you go into the game.
Yeah.
That screen. I'll tell you when it pops up, but just kind of like doze off somewhere. Like,
Okay, yeah,
your
just
attention- oh wow, I can.
just give
Yeah,
me
I'll
like
just
a
tell you
warning
when.
and I'll like close my eyes and then you could tell me when I'm clear and I will uncover my eyes.
Yeah.
Buddy, you gotta stay quiet if we're gonna keep you hidden.
BJ's so
I'm
cute.
almost done with practice. We'll go there after. Sound good? I do feel bad locking you up in here, but I don't know where else to keep you safe. It's like I told you this morning.
Remember. What was it again?
The 5th of November?
No, I know it. Never mind.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry, BJ. But if I left you in my room, my brothers would come in. They'd be able to find you even if you were hiding. Once school's over, I'll help you find what you're looking for.
You know what? We never see Natsuda's brothers in this game. They die
Just gotta be a good
during
boy and
Destruction.
hold on,
They
okay?
just die. That's the headcanon.
I was about to say, is that your headcanon or do you remembering something?
You gotta stay quiet or those men in black will find you. You really do seem to be everywhere.
Get out of
Come
here!
back during break. Just stay quiet until then, okay?
So it must be break right now.
So you're gonna be a good little alien, right? That means you gotta stay in there. I'm sorry I have to make you wait, but I'll be back soon.
I wonder.
My room gets raided by my little brothers pretty often. Either way, I can't leave BJ at home. As for the track room, no one goes in there until after school. If I put him in my locker, odds are no one would see him.
Get out of here!
Oh, not again. Natsuno? Oh, hi.
That box on the floor, it's yours, right? You always put it in your locker.
Oh, you saw.
You are not stealthy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
A clock?
It's a...
Oh, I get it. Another silly UFO thingamajig. Whatever. Just put it away before Senpai sees.
Being the crazy girl has its benefits.
She's gone now.
Natsuno, find the Sentinel.
This is confidential information after all.
I'm sorry, did you just say you keep confidential information in a locker room that doesn't actually have any locks?
You don't have
Nebby,
any
stay in the
idea,
bag.
do you? What would happen if they found you? You'd end up in Area 51.
Oh my god.
I don't think you know what a robot is, actually.
Yeah.
I've decided. You simply do not know what a robot is.
If BJ is about, I'll just hide him in Crisis of Earth.
I feel like she's only ever seen alien movies and never seen, like, Star Wars or the Terminator or anything that could have... I was about to say, like, WALL-E or iRobot, but neither of those would have been out at this time, so... She definitely wouldn't have seen
Terminator have been out in 1985? When was Terminator?
When did Terminator come out? It was an 80s film. When did the Terminator come? 84! October 26, 1984. I don't know when that would have come out in Japan, though. I don't know if that makes a difference. When did Terminator come out in Japan?
Man in Black.
Now, the next question is...
I don't know.
How does an Alien fan not see Star Wars?
That's true. Like, was the 80s security didn't exist yet? God damn it, Nebby, get in the goddamn bag. Maybe Star Wars also was not alien enough for her, maybe? Because if you think about it, the original
A long
trilogy
time
doesn't
ago
have
in a galaxy far, far away.
When you think about it, like, the Star Wars has never had, like, a lot of aliens at the forefront of its marketing, and the original trilogy in particular, like...
Okay, we're here.
Like, you don't see posters with, like...
Sure, I guess.
Like Admiral Akbar is not, like, in the middle of the poster.
Activate gate. Sentinel search range.
Sure, I
Where'd
guess.
you look this time?
But how does an alien buff not see Star Trek?
Are there a lot of robots in Star Trek that aren't just
I
humanoid?
don't fucking know. Mm-hmm.
Because the most popular ones I could think of are, like, Counterpoint, the game makers didn't want to fuck with Disney. Are you talking about that?
What?
Oh.
Kiki, make a decision.
Oh, sorry. When? I guess that's fair because this came out in what, 2015? So this definitely would have been post Star Wars Lucasfilm acquisition.
I see.
So they just pretend Star Wars doesn't exist in this world.
Oh, you went through one. Oh, look. Apparently.
Okay.
One must have been the destroyed one.
Okay. Well.
Not Sector 2.
2065. We have been there.
I was wrong.
Oh.
I don't know where Sector 1 is.
It's too dangerous.
Okay, well then.
Behold! The illusion of free will.
Yeah, for real.
That's which is weird. Because there are still 4 options.
So that's something else in this thing, I guess?
What's that one at the bottom?
Sector 5. 1945.
Whoa. So we can travel to the past too? Hey, that's the year the Pacific War ended.
They called it the Pacific War. Is that for us? Is that for our benefit?
Maybe.
check it out.
Access code approved. Designating sector.
1945, or as Japan likes to call it, the day the U.S. fucked us.
Yeah.
No way. How cool is this?
It's all shiny and
Yeah.
not dusty and abandoned.
This building is all old and musty in my time.
Yep, we've seen it.
It smells like fresh wood. They must have just built the place. This all feels like a dream. Check it out, BJ. It's my school in the past. You really can jump back and forth through time,
Oopsie.
can't you?
Not to know.
I know. We have to be careful not to change anything in the past, or else we'll totally screw up the future.
Uh-oh, is this her fault?
Is what her fault?
Everything? I'm just kidding. I don't think she's actually, like, responsible for all the Sentinels and the screwing up of the world and all that. I'm just playing.
I don't know. At least help me out here. Do you agree with that statement? Could I say yes and be not lying right now?
Oh no! You don't have to answer if that's too nebulous.
I hope we have enough time to get through. Here's a little bit of a structure spoiler for you.
Okay.
We get through 3 of her passages before it gets locked.
Dang.
And I really hope we get through all 3 tonight before we have to go. Before we have to start wrapping up and go over destruction.
I feel like that's fairly reasonable. I think we're making good time.
30 years in the past, and Dad's only 3 years old. He's probably at Grandma's house. I'd love to see that.
The statement that I said of, does she fuck everything up?
Man,
The question was, is everything Natsuno's fault?
Or that's what it was, yeah.
And that's such a funny question, if you have the proper context.
Oh boy.
so
I have a feeling
is the Sentinel here?
I'm gonna want to rewatch my own playthrough and laugh at myself by the time this is all done.
Active Sentinel is present. Whee!
This is my classroom. The sign looks a little different, though. Someone's here. We've got to hide.
Oh my gosh. Oh, no comment.
Hey, it's the NPC I told you to watch out for.
Yeah.
Goto-san.
Right on time. Here's your pill supply for the month.
Oh?
Are these the same ones I had last month?
Why do you ask?
Please, just be honest with me. The pills you've been giving me, they let me see the future. But these new pills are different. I feel awful when I take them. And they make me forget what I've seen in my dreams.
You must continue your treatment. They'll completely eliminate your nightmares.
Nightmares? These don't feel like...
Trust me. They'll help you revert to your original state. We're putting an end to this operation.
Goto-san, please wait! I can't forget. It's our only hope of survival. It's no use. I can't remember. The weapon at Ayame Pass. No, I can't remember anything.
You see that pill bottle?
Mm-hmm.
Burn that into your memory.
Okay.
Write it down somewhere, maybe.
Okay.
Was that Goto-senpai? How's that even possible? How could he be here? 40 years in the past. Maybe it was his grandpa. Looked just like him.
A sentinel at Ayame Pass.
Huh?
The place that woman mentioned.
All right, Ayame Pass. Wait, you mean where the park is?
There is no park in 1945. Let's go.
Okay, I've written that down.
Can you try not to ditch me? Can't believe we're running around in a military base. What if they find us? So this is the Sentinel. It's huge. How does someone lose something so freaking big?
The Sentinels are linked to the shifter. It was shifted here.
Crazy. Anyhow, I'm just glad we found it.
This is Sentinel number 19.
You know what? It's not too much of a spoiler. When you go into destruction, you have to pick your pilots to fight in the to fight in destruction.
Yeah.
In the video game, yeah. They all have Sentinel numbers.
Okay.
Which means if you were of a mind to memorize numbers, you'd be going like, hey, why does X have Y Sentinel? That's weird, isn't it?
Okay, interesting.
Which means if you are not of a mind to number, you could simply... It doesn't fucking matter, because you can't remember
I would
numbers.
like to say that I would notice that, but I am not smart enough. It will probably roll off my back. I've noticed that there's more than 13 Sentinels. Notice that. I'm smart.
The numbers go up to 22, I believe.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't that, for a game called 13 Sentinels? Real strange.
Is it 22 or 25? It might be that Sentinel number 13 is the first one, and then there are 12 after that.
Could be. There's definitely a strange thing going on here. So they're doing something weird with it. It's not just normal 1 through to 13.
It would be boring if it was like that.
I guess that's fair.
Number 19 belonged to a comrade. I cannot pilot his Sentinel.
19 is Juro, I think?
I have confirmed a cease in his vital functions.
Well, that would track.
Huh. You know what, actually, ignore me. Don't look away from the Sentinel list.
Okay.
It's actually a cute little bit of foreshadowing, if you're of a proper mind to pay attention to the numbers.
Okay.
It does require you to... Not necessarily names, but like faces, I guess. Link faces to numbers and go like, huh,
Okay.
that's an interesting little bit of trivia there.
Fair, fair.
PJ.
A critical change has been detected. The Sentinel's primary system has been altered. Someone bypassed and rebuilt it.
I don't really know what that means. Maybe one of the people here did something to it.
That would be impossible with the technology of this
You think a 1945 engineer did something to...
I mean, the Sentinel exists in this time period, so, like...
It's a time travel machine.
Yeah, but nothing's... that's what I'm
It
saying.
is a time travel. It time traveled here.
But I'm saying, like, time travel is possible, and these big things are possible. So, like, other people could be here, and other people could figure out how to do things. I just say don't count it out.
We are explicitly told in Hijiyama's story that Tsukasa Okino built these, who was here in 1944.
That's true, yeah.
Sector
so there we go.
5 in 1948.
So maybe they mess with it. I don't know, I'm just saying.
Why is Professor Doji suspending operations? I know the Sentinel like the back of my hand.
Is that fucking Zach Aguilar?
I'm taking it to the front lines. Even there, I can
I'm
perform at
pretty
full
sure
power.
it's not Zach Aguilar.
Oh.
So why? Alright, enough. I'm starting to sound like Takatoshi-san.
Sounds a lot like him.
Nothing to get riled up over. I'm sure the people in charge have their reasons.
Yeah, there you go, Elise.
Once the order comes, I'll be ready to lay down my life. And even if it never does, I'll still be ready.
He's gonna fight too?
I am a liar. It's absolutely Zach Aguilar.
I knew it. I know that voice. Yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of meeting him.
From the other way.
Ooh. Hi, Okino.
Oh.
I love you. I love you.
Got a
Love
little
you.
cowlick going on there.
It's been a while, number 19. Let's have a look at you. Well, it looks like an alternate route was successfully created. It actually worked. And on my second test subject, no less. Impressive, Keitaro Miura. Nanomachine reconstruction agitates the brain. But you endured the process without losing your mind. With this data, I'll be able to take over the Sentinels. Goodness, I should be on my way.
That's ominous.
Professor Doji's security detail will return any moment. As promised, I'll remove the lock on the Sentinel. And there's one more thing I'd like to do. Just for good measure. There we go. As long as they come into contact with Miura-kun, the data should spread to the others.
Who was that guy?
Then we should leave. Let's hurry.
Yeah, you're right.
Such an unfortunate
We're
name.
here, BJ.
Yeah.
Someone's coming. Quick, hide.
Everyone picks this tree. I suppose it is here.
Yeah.
I'm pleased the data is complete. I suppose negotiating with the professor was the right choice. The settings have been tampered with. Was someone just here? It seems this gate has been compromised as well.
Uh-oh.
I'll set it back to its original key.
Oh no.
I'd best take my leave.
Oh,
That looks
no.
familiar.
Uh-oh, I knew that was a bad time.
Just use the gate? Is he an alien too?
Oh my god.
We changed the key. I can no longer shift.
Seriously? We can't go home?
Analysis will be complete in 78 hours and 24 minutes.
I can't stay here that long. Can't we find another way back to the future?
The gate and the Sentinel are the only safe methods of shifting.
The Sentinel.
What was that just now?
Someone else is coming.
It came from around here, I think. Tokisaka Shrine.
Maybe I saw a visiting god. Not likely. So much for my first day of time off. It's already night. Chihiro's probably worried about me. Shh. State your name. I know you're there. Freeze! Who are you?
He's probably like, why are you wearing such short shorts? Hey! A whole new boy! Oh.
I am a liar?
I was gonna say you lied to me,
fuck?
Kate.
I'm so wrong tonight. Jesus Christ.
That's okay.
Someone else is 3-1. I guess she's 1-3.
Huh.
Well, I thought we'd have more content for those two, but we did just unlock someone new.
Yeah, might as well. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the furthest out we've seen so far, I think.
Yurikun? What do you need?
Do I have to need something to hear your voice?
Oh my god.
I guess not, but we're supposed to be working. How's everything on your end?
Sector 2's construction is going pretty smoothly so far. We should be able to sustain a second colony soon. All it'll take is 4 more orbit stops. You doing okay?
Still getting used to zero-G, and trying not to puke. As for the project, we've got a few complications. Got the ethics committee breathing down our necks.
Didn't know space exploration was a matter of ethics.
No, they're all worked up about our machines. Their self-replication is what's making the board nervous. May lead to the invasion of intelligent life or something.
They're worried about a war with aliens that might not even exist. Shouldn't our ethics team be more grounded in reality?
You're one to talk. Still reading about history 24/7?
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. I'm reading about the Pacific War right now.
200 years ago, right? When this all started?
Part of a world war involving countless powerful nations. It reshaped the way we approach technology and ideology. Like I said, fascinating stuff. If I could pick an era to be born in, I'd live around then.
Sounds like a big mess to me.
Oh, well. If you'd like, I could send over some light reading on it.
I think I'll pass. So, any idea when we can meet up again?
It'll be about 420 hours till the next time I'm off. I'll keep in touch, Natsuno.
Good. I'll be looking forward to it.
Bye.
I believe that this is mimicking Japanese biopics, or maybe not
Okay.
biopics, but
Like documentaries?
you know the no. Like there's a genre or a subgenre of Japanese film that's like the opening is like just stills or scenes, like short scenes, like 5-10 seconds. And then black screen with words on it.
Oh, really?
And then another scene. Then black screen with words on it. And then another scene. Right?
Interesting.
Anywho.
If I could pick an era to be born in, I'd live around then.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like,
Hi.
nope, I think you're about to get your wish, buddy. Not sure how that works, but,
Takatoshi-san.
A brand new schoolhouse with all its luxuries. And not a single student attending.
They need every able-bodied student at the factories.
I know. We're in a state of emergency.
Just a shame that it's come to this, I suppose.
I heard a rumor from the Marines at the port. They say we have no ships left. That it's a hopeless war. He's a year above me, but we're the same age. We grew up in the same town together. He was such a mess. Seems like he's shaped up, though. He's found a certain dignity ever since he enlisted.
And immediately lost it over a boy who dresses like a girl.
What's wrong, Keitaro? You resent being drafted?
No. Just, of all people, why'd they choose me?
Don't let your nerves get to you again. You'll get to fight for your country before your peers. That's an honor and a privilege. You don't have to worry anyway. One look at it, and you'll know this war is ours.
At what exactly?
I can't say too much out here, but we have a secret weapon. Our own key to victory. You'll see it in the armory soon enough.
But we're just students. Why do we have access to something so secret?
Because we've been chosen as pilot cadets for that very weapon. But keep it quiet. Maximum level security. Not even your family can know.
Understood. A secret weapon powerful enough to win the war. And out of all the potential pilots across Japan, they chose me. What can I do? Will I be any help at all? So what is this new weapon?
Hey, I'll do it later.
We've been calling it a Sentinel. A heavily armored craft that requires a pilot to operate. It'll help us gun down the enemy at our shores.
So the Americans really are coming for us.
We've been forced to abandon many of our posts overseas.
Is that how that happened?
To end this on the
I don't know.
mainland. Our homeland's future is in the hands of this Sentinel. But they're good hands. A single Sentinel rivals aircraft carriers in terms of power. No, it could outmatch an entire military on its own. Whatever they've got will keep our homeland safe. And one day, we'll take the fight to American soil.
I think it was world history that I failed.
I didn't think anyone else would come.
Crimson Cantata in chat said, "You'll learn more than."
I see it. I see it.
No, that's true because I feel like that happens all the time. Also, hi, welcome in. But I was like, we already mentioned this I think before, but like, Evangelion is the same kind of thing of like, oh, teenagers.
So this is where you've been hiding. Takatoshi-san.
Did you did I click too soon for you to catch that? There we go.
Wait, which part? I didn't think anybody else.
Hey, who's speaking right now?
Takatoshi-san.
Say it one more. Do it one more time.
That's not the important part. Who is speaking right now?
Oh, Tamao. I don't know how you say it.
Tamao. Karabe.
Karabe, okay.
Tamao Karabe.
And she was the one who was the pill bottles, handed the pill bottles earlier.
Yes.
Is that the connection I'm supposed to be making, or is there something else that's happening?
So his name was Jiro Izumi, right?
What was it?
What is it now?
I guess Jiro Takatoshi, I guess?
No.
No? I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at names. I should have had...
Don't touch your...
I know, I'm so sorry. I don't have time.
Right after we finish Keitaro's thing, you're just gonna hop onto, like, Google Docs and just put the PNGs into blank sheets of paper.
Yeah, I probably should. The problem is like, I was gonna do Canva so I could like print it out, because I only have the computer.
Can you not print out Google Docs?
I mean, not really. I don't have access to a printer. I'd have to go. I don't know. Do Kinkos still exist in this world? Where else can you print out sheets of paper? Does FedEx print paper?
Libraries.
Oh, maybe library. I haven't been to my library yet. They might have a printer.
Goodness.
Juro Kurabe is the answer we were looking for. Juro Kurabe.
I'm too stupid for this game, honest to God, I think.
Look at you. Such a gentleman now.
Hey, Tamao-san, what brings you here?
Holy shit, that's a nice butt.
Do you think he pads it when he's in his feminine form?
I don't think he does.
He's just got a nice ass.
I think he just has a nice ass.
Fair.
I wanted to give you this. I made some ohagi for you. Maybe you and Takatoshi-san can share them.
Well, I am partial to ohagi.
The rations don't give us that much sugar. I'm afraid they won't be very sweet.
I'm sure they'll be delicious. Thank you. Is this a friend of yours?
Yes, I invited her along.
Pardon me, but have we met?
Oh, that's Kiriko-chan. She came to us from Tokyo.
It's fine. You really don't have to introduce
That's the work of a lot of squats, my friend.
He's asking about you, Kiriko-chan.
I'm Kiriko Doji, sirs.
Uh-oh, that blush.
I'm Takatoshi Hijiyama. Pleased to meet you. Wait, Doji? Any relation to Professor Heizo Doji?
I'm his daughter. I hope that doesn't bother you.
No, far from it. I just never imagined his daughter would be so...
Yeah? Yeah? Finish the sentence, Takatoshi.
I've heard about Kiriko-san's father. They say he's a remarkable teacher, though I didn't realize he was a professor.
I wish we would get more buddy-buddy scenes. With Kitaro and Takatoshi specifically.
Yeah.
I wish they would get more like, yeah? Finish the fucking sentence, Hijiyama.
That would be funny.
Professor Doji's here? If he's at the armory, that can only mean...
That's enough, Keitaro. His involvement with the new weapon is highly confidential. I mean, damn it.
Oh, don't worry, we won't tell. You're pretty funny.
Keitaro-san, do you know where you'll be stationed?
He'll be working alongside me. The armory's not too far from here. However, it may be some time until he's back.
Tamao-san, you and the Kurabes have been nothing but kind to me. I can only give you my thanks, from the bottom of my heart. I'll have to leave my little sister with you, so please, take care of her for me.
Don't you worry about a thing, Keitaro-san. I'll take good care of Chihiro-chan.
Okay.
And tell her I won't be gone for long. The second I get time off, I'll come visit.
Keitaro, it's almost time. They're expecting us. We'd better get going.
I'll be back.
Do take care, you two.
I promise. I'll be back.
Hey, Elise. Do you recall the first time we see... It might be right now. It could absolutely be right now. The first time we see Chihiro, Keitaro's younger sister.
Some kind of flash. Lightning, maybe.
Yes.
I'm playing it for the first time. Kay has played it before. So
Has watched it before.
Or well, has watched it before, technically. So it's technically your first playthrough. This is my first entire experience. I'm also watching it for the first time, technically.
Gone silent ever since. It just doesn't make sense. Air raids have plagued regions for months now. At this rate, the Americans will completely destroy Japan. We have to do something. Our new top-secret military weapon called a Sentinel. I've been selected as a cadet to pilot it. Tokisaka Shrine. Maybe I saw a visiting god. Not likely. So much for my first... It's already not. Chihiro's probably worried about me.
Oh no. I'm so sorry, Elise.
Okay, that is a valid enough. But I'll such excuses would be valid, and would not be excuses but reasonings.
Who are you?
But I think we made a Sister Shunas. I'm trying to figure out what the possible through line could be here, like...
Huh? Maybe wearing gym clothes wasn't the best idea.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're here, but it's dangerous to be out this late on your own. Allow me to escort you home.
About that.
Who are you?
My name is Keitaro Miura. I'm stationed at the armory nearby, but I'm off duty now, so I was on my way home. So, what's your name?
Natsuno. Natsuno Minami.
And this is the reason I couldn't remember if Natsuno was bisexual or not.
Fair. Playing this game on powerful medication with unreliable memory just sounds like being extremely faithful to the source material.
Kind of a complicated answer, though.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
What's that sound?
Oh no.
What's going on?
An air raid. They're trying to bomb the factory. But that's near where the Karabes live.
Can I go?
Oh no, oh no.
Will you let me go?
Gotta stand around and talk first.
Should be safe at this distance.
But what about you?
I have to go help.
Wait!
Follow him.
What? Seriously? Do I have to? Ugh. Fine, whatever. If everything goes wrong, it's totally your fault.
Chihiro!
Hot. Hey, hold on a sec.
You are not wearing pants. You should not be here.
Yeah, for real.
No.
Fine, but just stay there. It's clear here, but the flames are stronger up ahead.
You're not going in, are you?
I have to. That house up ahead is where my sister's staying. This can't be happening. It's completely gone. It must have been a direct hit. Chihiro! Tamao-san! This belongs to Chihiro. Chihiro! Tamao-san!
Oh,
There
okay.
you are.
Chihiro! You're safe.
She was very cute as a little kid.
Right here.
Okay.
Keitaro-san!
Tamao-san.
It's all gone.
I know. But you're alive. And that's what matters.
We ran to the shelters as soon as we heard the sirens. But Chihiro-chan ran off alone. She said she was going back to the house.
'Cause you were coming home. And if nobody was there to see you, you'd be really sad.
Oh.
Chihiro.
Hey. So remember the beginning of this chapter? Where we had older Kitara and older Natsuno?
Yeah.
as it turns out, and this is true for every single character, they voiced... They're the same voice. Zach Aguilar did this Keitaro and older Keitaro.
Wait, so is Allegra Clark doing this little kid?
Allegra Clark is doing this little kid.
What the fuck? How? She's so good. What the fuck? I've never heard her do a voice like that before. Is that why you wanted to play the game?
Huh?
Is that why you were like, let's play a game of when do you hear Allegra Clark? Because you knew I would never guess that she voiced younger her? Or is that another reason that you can't tell me yet?
Yeah, we're gonna ignore that question.
Okay, fair enough. Because, like, right before you said that, I legit thought, I wonder who's doing her voice, because there's no way that's Allegra. And then you said that, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Everything on that side of the Kaede River is on fire.
Looks like it's headed toward Kamazumi next.
Big brother!
Why are they showing up in this era?
I've always heard the US had an industrial advantage over us. That thing has to be one of their weapons. They've finally come for our homeland. And if we don't stop them... Tamao-san, please take care of Chihiro.
Big brother!
Stay with her and do as you're told. Understand? Tamao-san, can I ask you to look after Natsuno-san too?
Huh? What about you?
I'm going back to the armory. You stay with Tamao-san. She'll keep you safe. Now go. I'll show them that Japan can still fight. This is the day I've been training for. Against the Sentinel, they don't stand a chance.
You hear all that?
Natsuno.
I know. I'm on it.
Don't you... Oh.
Oh, yay.
And that is why I laughed so fucking hard when you asked that question. Is everything Natsuno's fault?
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, boy. Okay, so before you dive into next bit, remind me, is Juro's last name Kurabe before or after the memory fuckery?
After the memory fuckery.
Okay, because I'm trying to figure out what the through line is here, because Chihiro doesn't go by Kurabe, because my first thought was like, does Chihiro get adopted?
First of all, Chihiro is not a Kurabe.
Well, wait, what do you mean?
Keitaro Miura is not related to Mao Kurabe in any shape or form.
That's what I'm saying, is did she get adopted? But then she doesn't go by the same last name. So then I was like, well, she seems like she's kind of like adult Chihiro when Megumi is being all weepy. Seems like she's kind of in charge of...
Next assault, we will form and deploy to... Jeez, what this...
Yeah, why don't we all just gang up?
No, we need to focus on protection. The kaiju are going to try to burrow underground to attack the terminal. If they get that far, then the Sentinels won't be enough to stop them.
This is the only way we can stop them. We cannot allow even a single one through. If they manage to get past our defense squad, then our battle really will be over. We need to balance our priority between defense and directly neutralizing the invasion force.
Fine. My place is in the offensive line.
You guys just hang back and watch me kick their shit in. of Daimos we'll be seeing in the oncoming waves. We should probably build our offensive team based on what we know they'll be up against.
I intended for us to do this while discussing the story that we
Okay,
just watched.
that's fair. Yeah. That took longer
I
than
did not know there would be a scene.
Yeah, that's fair. Does it happen every time you think, or is it just because it's the first one and they needed to do an
Just because
intro?
it's the first one.
Okay, fair.
Video game.
Anyways, so that was my first thought, was that Chihiro, gets adopted by the Karabes for some reason, and then she seems like she takes care of Jiro following the time brain fuckery stuff. But she doesn't go by Karabe, so I don't think that could be the case. So my next best guess is that somewhere along the way, Jiro Elise asked Kei may I make a suggestion for destruction.
Hi, Elise. How are you doing today? I was planning on going in waves of 4 or 5 each, and just rotating through each shift. 4 now, a different 4 later, then 5 after that. Because I know what you're about to... I know... There's a... So, remember how, Remember how Sekigahara was like, hey, if you stay in there for, even 10 minutes, your brain will get fucked.
Yeah.
And Jiro was in there for 2 hours, and his brain got really fucked.
And he presumably died because of it?
Remember anything. I mean, he's alive in the present, so...
Okay, I don't know what order things are happening. Plus, if it's the same Chihiro, she'd be in her mid-40s in 1984. That's true, I don't know how old Chihiro is yet. I don't know.
If you remember that, then that information is yours to keep, but I'm not going to remind you. Because we know the answer in canon. Elise, make your suggestion?
No, she's 30-something, isn't she? She's in her early 30s?
31.
31, okay. So there must be some time skippery somewhere. Which I presumed kind of as much. So now my next guess is that Jiro at some point latches onto the name Karabe for some reason. I don't know why. But when he, wakes up and he's like, I can only remember my name, or something dramatic like that. And he calls himself Jiro Karabe because he's really attached to the Karabe name or something like that. Oh, I was going to suggest something different.
Make the suggestion anyway. Maybe I'm stupid. I've been real stupid tonight.
Oh, no, not stupid. That's a bad word. I was going to just look up upgrade trees as each sentinel has unique weapons, but that isn't obvious at first.
Oh, no, I'm peripherally aware of that.
Leave it to me.
Sentry gun! Oh, wait, hold on.
Let's go.
I'm bringing at least 2 of these 3, I think. Because we have many grounded kaiju. We went through 3 stories. Would you like to continue talking about, bullfuckery and whatnot?
Yeah. So, I would say this is interesting so far in that, 2 of them were kind of connected, which we haven't seen in a hot minute. I think a couple of the first 2 were connected, like Jiro's and I think Iori's. But I feel like it's been a minute since we've had 2 that go directly into each other. Plus, it's nice that we have a new Sentinel. But, Natsuno's going all over the place, that if she starts at 85 and then ends up in the 40s and clearly gets...
I'm ready.
It was the last few fights. Oh, no, Elise. And then she ends up in the 40s for an undisclosed amount of time, but she's clearly trapped there at least for a bit. And then she ends up in 21 something or other. I presume, am I right in assuming that that's the furthest we've seen so far is 2100, 22nd century or whatever?
2180 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the furthest we've seen. Possibly will see. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's fair. And they were talking about colonies. which is interesting. So I don't know if that's because if that's like, oh, set the whatever, the aliens or whatever that's attacking us fuck things up so bad that Earth is not inhabitable anymore, or if there's like something else going on. That's very curious. And they're the only two that we've seen up there. Seems like they're buddies at least. I'll give them that.
I got this.
If I put Fuyusaka on the team, I will abuse the sentry guns. If I put Fuyusaka on the team, I will abuse the sentry guns.
Is that a bad thing?
I will not learn how to play the video game.
Okay.
I will abuse the sentry guns. I'm trying to learn the video game.
Let's go.
Okay. Is Jiro going too?
Oh my
Yes.
god. That's legit her fucking... That's hilarious.
I told you it would be all the time. I was not exaggerating.
Yeah,
If she is on screen, she is thinking about Jiro. If she is not off screen, you can assume that she is thinking about Jiro.
You know, honestly, that's fair and that's relatable. Not Jiro specifically, but that's relatable, so... I gotta hand it to her.
Yeah, first fight.
Someone's gotta do it.
I mean, there are 5 anyway, right? I got 5 slots available. I got 6 slots available, but I got 5 slots available.
Yeah.
I don't know what defensive weapons do.
Let's move out.
Fair.
Easy there, Hijiyama-kun.
Oh?
Hello, Naked Angel.
I'm trying to lead the charge.
I just want to go over something before the battle kicks off. Let's try improving the Sentinel.
Yes, I would love to.
Right now?
Sort of. This is one of the meta systems we manage. Basically, we can use those meta chips you earn in battle.
And in remembrance
We can
mode.
make some serious improvements to our armaments and the Sentinels themselves. You might even be able to make some brand new armaments on the fly.
That's amazing, Okino. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Well, I haven't even tested it yet. I didn't have a way to confirm it. But hey, no time like the present. So let's give it a try.
Go forth, guinea pig. Yeah, I don't want to do this with Hijiyama. Thanks. Anywho, etc. What do you want to talk about?
New hypothesis. Jiro was lying about his first name, and Kurabe is his real name, and he is the child or grandchild of Tamao.
That's what you're going with.
I'm just throwing. There's like 3 different things out there right now. I'm not committing to any of them. I'm just throwing theory spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. Call me Matt Pat, cause I'd be making shit out of nothing. I'm trying to think if there's any other conclusions that I've drawn.
Well, apparently everyone has a sentry gun, so I'm not gonna learn the video game today.
Well, it's just the first fight.
I'm gonna forget if I don't do it now.
LOL. Are you laughing at my pain, Elise? Or are you laughing at Kay's pain?
It's very rude of you to laugh at my pain. I'm not gonna say you should stop. I do it.
What is pain if not for a funny joke?
Where are your... Is that... Natsuno is coming through... Stun Knuckles! Hi! You're cute. Force pulling recovery, that's cool.
No, with the Matt Pat joke. Oh, thank you for appreciating my joke, at least. Glad that landed.
Lock on range plus 15, yes! That's what I like to see.
Swag.
Yeah, no. Yeah, theories.
I feel like I don't want to say like. I don't want to say the Natsuno and I don't know the new guy's name. I don't want to say Natsuno and Zach Aguilar's Kitaro's stuff is straightforward, but it did feel kind of straightforward so far. Sucks that Natsuno's in the past.
Top left. Look at it.
The Keitaro?
Keitaro Miura.
Okay.
Keitaro Miura, yep.
I'll get it eventually. The problem with I think one of the biggest problems. Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems with Japanese media for me is that there's a lot of people because they're so big with like formality and like using first versus last name. And I'm inclined to use like first names, whereas like most of the time in the games, like they use last name, and so like my brain wants to, it will latch on to one, but it won't latch on to the other. So somebody will say like, "Oh, Kitaro," and I'll be like, "Wait, who's Kitaro?" And it's like, "Oh, Miura," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I get it," or vice versa, or something like that. He does seem like a very good lad. Has Zach Aguilar ever voiced somebody who isn't a good lad? Honestly, at least marginally a good lad. Has that man ever voiced?
There's no way Zach Aguilar has never voiced a villain.
Has ever or has
never done it? Has ever. Like, there's no way he's never done it.
Yeah, like, I'm sure, like, he's probably statistically done it at least once, but I all the roles I know him for are very good boys.
Oh! Hi! Why are you so cheap?
Mercilessly cornering the good lad market, yes. He's so sweet too. He's like one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Oh. Only the Gen 1s are
available.
I like 6. Oh my god, there are more.
Okay, this character that he voices in Dragon Ball Superhero looks like a bad guy, but I don't know for sure.
What's his name?
Dr. Hito?
He voices Hedo?
Hedo, sure, yeah. Apparently, according to this...
God damn it!
Is that a
no,
good
he's never
or...
voiced the villain in his fucking life. Dr. Hedo is a manipulated super genius.
Okay.
He is the antagonist of the movie.
But he's not a villain per se?
Because the guy who wants more money says to him, "Hey, these hero guys, they're the villains. And you should build robots to be the heroes."
I see. I think the worst character I know of off the top of my head that he's